for me, a lot of the start of the company was about frustration. So obviously I was a statistician at the time in industry, and I think every role I had was, analytics at the time was reactive. So it was backroom function, the remit was constrained. You could never go and really make an impact. And I think that's kind of where, I guess for me, it was really frustrating that you couldn't really add value. You could never go and engage with business people and say, how can I help you make better decisions? You just never could.
I think some of the big changes in the IT world as well have made it a lot easier, because you've got that whole democratization of data, whereas in 2002 I use my data, I use my algorithms, I don't share them, I don't even want to share them.
Yeah. Really, I suppose we focused on execution over the next,
yes,
at least the next 10 years, right? I mean, we became expert at delivering values in analytics.
Well, I think culturally the big shift as well was we always realised that it's about the end result, and if the end result is unclear, then you're not going to be successful.
I suppose back then a lot of the work that we were doing was in sort of very heavily regulated industries, so banking, pharmaceutical industry and so on. And I think at the time I always felt that rigour, that DevOps approach, that best practice piece would only ever reside in those regulatory industries. I think that one of the big changes for me in the last 10 years has been around how all that stuff we learned in those regulated industries, all that version control and so on, how essential that now is across all the industries that we work in. It's become, that data ops approach has become essential in deploying insight in the business, right? Regardless of which sector we now work in. By focusing on our reputation, doing the right thing by our customers, and that, I think that really helps us where we are now. And it allows us, I think, to give, real practical, good advice. I think that approach that we took early on, that organic growth, no funding, that's really, I think, set the tone for a lot of our ethos at Mango now, in terms of that really kind of really driven towards value, really kind of like hard-working approach.
When you started a company the way we did, I think you've got that ethos of value for money, and you want to make sure that you're always delivering, and that really still burns inside us, which is, after so long, is sometimes a bit odd to me.
Yeah.